What's up, everyone? So, can we just take a moment to talk about how awesome my mom is? Yes, it's about moms in general, but right now I'm making this video specifically about my mom because she deserves her own video. She doesn't need to share it with all the other moms in the world because to me, she's the greatest thing in my life and she's the greatest mom. So, this one's for you, Mom. My mom, God, I don't know why I get emotional when I'm talking about my mom, but I'm already starting to cry and I didn't even say shit about her yet. So let's start out on a light note because if I get into the deep crap about my mom, I'm gonna start crying and I really don't want to cry throughout this whole video. So if you ever even had just a 10-minute conversation with my mom or met her one time, you would know that I really don't want to admit this because it's gonna bite me in the butt afterwards, but she's one of the funniest people you'll ever meet, and she's such a goofball, and she's like the life of a party, and she doesn't even party unless you include her little bunko thing that she does once a month with her little friends. But but when she walks into a room, it creates this light, and you feel welcomed. And I know a lot of my friends have said how much they love my mom, and it's because honestly, she just gives off that vibe. When you walk into our house, you feel welcomed. You feel like part of the family, and I feel very grateful that I have a mom like that. I actually feel like my mom's cooler than me. And I bet if you ask any of my friends, they would agree because they're assholes. But anyways, when I see or hear her friends interact with her, and when I see my mom's friends and they talk so highly of her, and she's always making everyone laugh, and I hear these stories from her friends about my mom and the goofy things she does at work or the goofy things that she says, and I'm lucky that I have such a cool mom, not like a Regina George school mom, just a genuine, funny, warm-hearted, amazing mom. I feel so lucky when people are like, oh my God, you're just like your mom. Because that's such a compliment, I mean, it's usually regarding our humor, because me and my mom have a very similar sense of humor. But it really does come as a compliment, because I think my mom's the greatest. And if I'm anything like her, if I'm half the mother that she is when I have my own kids, then that'll be everything. That's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to my mom. She's the most... God, why am I emotional? She's honestly the most loving, supportive, thoughtful mother and human in general that anyone could ever ask for. And I feel so lucky that I get to be her daughter. And oh gosh, she's amazing. This woman goes out of her way to make people happy, and she always puts other people first, and oh my God, does she put her children first. Whether it was my brother, my sister, or myself, when we were passionate about something or we wanted something, when I wanted to learn how to play guitar, when my sister wanted to do gymnastics, and my brother, I don't know, joined a math club or something, she would always make it happen, and she would put aside whatever she was doing to make sure that we were happy. I played baseball for 9 years. I don't think she missed a single game, and my mom's not a big sports fan, but she was there anyways. And I'll call my mom at 2:30 in the morning. Does she want to wake up? No one wants to wake up, but she does. And she'll let me talk for hours on end. I could literally talk about a rock. And she'll pretend that she's interested, and she'll show that she cares. And I just feel so grateful that no matter what, no matter who comes in and out of my life, my mom will always be there. Within the past 2 years, I moved away from home. It was obviously hard being away from family, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, independence. This is cool. I don't need mommy and daddy anymore. But you know what? Living 1,100 miles away from your parents, you're going to realize real quick how much you need them. How much you're always going to need your parents, and especially your mom. Why am I getting so emotional? There's something about moms that, no matter how old you are, you're always going to need your mom. I'll just have a little sniffle and a cough, and I'll be like, I wish my mom was here. I don't feel well. I just want my mom. She's the only medication I need. Or I'll be sad. And all I want is my mom. And it's hard being away from her, but it's made me realize how much I'll always need my mom. And how amazing she is, and how I'm so thankful that I got to grow up with such loving parents and such a supportive and loving mom. And even being 1,100 miles away, she's literally just a phone call away. I don't think there's ever been a time where she hasn't answered my call, and if she did, she would call back within 5 minutes. And even though she's not physically here, what keeps me going is I know that she's there if I need her. A year ago, I couldn't handle being by myself anymore. I had a fallout with friends. I was very depressed. I was not doing well at all, and I couldn't take it anymore. And the only place I wanted to go was home. And without hesitation, my parents got me on a plane and brought me back to Connecticut. No questions asked. They just knew I wasn't happy. And they flew me home. And that meant the world to me because I wasn't doing well. And they put a lot of money into me being here. And what they've taught me is it doesn't matter. Happiness comes before anything. You know, they were paying for school. They were paying for my apartment. They were paying for me to be in Florida, to get an education, to follow my dream. But the moment that they saw I wasn't happy and that I really needed to be home, without any hesitation, they brought me back to where I needed to be. And I think that whole thing within these past 2 years has brought me so much closer to my mom. And like I said, when you're away, you realize how much you need them. What's amazing about moms in general, but specifically my mom, is, you know, no matter how many times you let them down or disappoint them, or, you know, you do things against their wishes, you know, you disobey them, you disrespect them, which I've done way too many times in the past, and sometimes even now, they never give up on you. They never lose hope, and they will still think that you're the best thing in the world. You know, no matter how many times I've failed in the past and how many times I fell and I never thought I can get back up, it's always been my mom who has been there to lift me back up and to tell me, yeah, you messed up, but you can still do it, you know? And I wouldn't be here. Literally, I wouldn't be here without my mom. And I'm at a loss of words because I don't think I could form a sentence or words to describe my mom, because she's so much more than words. She's everything to me. And I love you, Mom. And I know this video was just me rambling on, but I love you so much. And thank you for everything you've ever done for me and continue to do for me. And I wish I could be there with you today. And I love you, and I want you to know that even though I'm a brat and I disrespect you sometimes, I will always need you. And I'm so grateful that you'll always be there when I need you, you know? And I don't want you to think that I only need you when I'm sad or when I need money or when I need something. I need you always. I need you when I'm happy, when I'm scared, when I'm excited. And I'll always need you. And thank you for always being there when I do need you. So, Mom, you are incredible, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for bringing me into this world and for, you know, creating the person I am today. You know, everything I am is because of you, and I can't thank you enough. Happy Mother's Day! Ugh, moms are awesome.